Sadly, no Japanese packs this time around, but I did get a couple of older packs to throw in, and so we're working with Stellar Crown, Shining Fates, and Sword and Shield base set. Crabrawler, Comfey, Pansear, Chewtle, Salazzle, Drifblim, Payapa Berry, Alcremie, Jirachi, Greninja, Cramorant, Floatzel, Rusted Sword, Eevee, Spinarak, Cacnea, Shinx, Yanma, Toxtricity, Boss's Orders, Dubwool, Aurora Energy, Lumberry, Blipbug, Pincurchin, Sobble, Wooloo, Clobbopus, Minccino, Dhelmise. Time for a reminder of the rules. Rule number 1, I won't be hunting for something that can't be shiny. Rule number 2, I'll be using any shiny hunting method available. And rule number 3, and this has still somehow not happened yet, I won't be hunting for duplicate Pokemon. We're kicking off round 3 with an SOS hunt in Ultra Sun looking for a shiny Salazzle. If you didn't know, Salazzle presents an interesting problem. You see, Salazzle evolves from Salandit, but only female Salandit, and the gender ratio is not kind at 1:7 female to male. In other words, we have a 12.5% chance of finding a female Salandit, and that's what we're going to try and do here in Wela Volcano Park. Salandit can actually SOS call for a Salazzle. That only has a 1% chance of happening, so I'd be actually verifiably insane if I tried to get shiny Salazzle that way. Things start off okay, but this first chain broke at 259 because I forgot to do the Harvest Lepaberry trick and was maybe a little too distracted by my phone. The second chain though, whoa. The second chain went for a very long time and included so many male shinies. Like seriously, so many. Oh, is it a boy or is it a girl? It's a boy. Ew, we hate boys. Oh, girl. Girl. It's another boy. Girl, please, be a girl. Stop it with the boys. I don't want the boy. Girl. Girl. Stupid boy. End my torment. No. Please. Stop! I hate this. I'm so over it. Gonna lose it! This went on so long that I actually ran out of Lepaberries to keep the SOS chains going, and it ended a little after 2,300 encounters. And in those 2,300 some encounters, there were 10 shiny Salandits, all male. So frustrating. But of course, the grind never stops, and I started up the third chain. And then the 11th shiny Salandit appeared. Finally! Oh my god! This took so long. This was worse than Dialga. It really was. Yeah, spoiler alert, this was the most unlucky hunt of the whole video. So if you were hoping for more pain and suffering like this, I'm sorry to say you will be sorely disappointed. We head off to level up Salandit, and then Salazzle becomes our first claim of the video. For Chewtle, we'll be using a method that is unique to Pokemon Sword and Shield, Brilliant Pokemon. As you traverse the Galar region, you will likely notice these glowing Pokemon with a kind of aura around them. These are brilliant Pokemon. As you rack up knockouts of Pokemon, this number in the Pokedex will increase. This increases both the rate at which brilliant Pokemon of that species will appear, but also the shiny chance of a brilliant Pokemon of that species. At 500 knockouts, the shiny chances cap out at 1 in 455 with the shiny charm. Aside from the Dynamax adventures, brilliant Pokemon was really the only new method hunt introduced in Sword and Shield. Now, Chewtle doesn't appear in Dynamax adventures, nor would I want to do Dynamax adventures for anything other than a legendary Pokemon. And what do we know about the Masuda method, dear viewers?
Alex hates the Masuda method.
Very correct. So we will be taking on the Brilliant method for Chewtle. It also helps that I already have over 500 knockouts on Chewtle. Why do I already have 500 knockouts on Chewtle? Mind your business. So we are here in the Courageous Cavern on the Isle of Armor, as it has a 56% chance of spawning here. And a little over 100 brilliant Chewtle encounters later. Oh! Oh man. All right. We're off to Pokemon Platinum next in search of a Shinx. And this radar hunt starts off as most other radar hunts do, with me breaking a chain around 20 encounters. No worries though, as my second chain was looking very promising. No, that was an edge tile. Oh no. Did I just make such a crucial error? Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my god. Oh. And that is what we in the industry like to call a fake out. Oh, it's not an edge tile. You see, it's like 1, 2, 3. I was on the one above 3, but you couldn't see it because of that tree right there. Oh! What the heck? That's messed up! Yep, all that anxiety and relief just for it to break anyways. But my third chain? Oh, my third chain got us to the promised land. I am saved. I am saved. Until I mess up the resets, because it's happened. Now it's time to focus in and reset the radar. That's it. Somewhere here. There, okay. Yellow. Early on making this video, the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, and with it was the Switch 2 upgrade for Scarlet and Violet. And let's just say that upgrade made it even easier to shiny hunt in these games. To combat this, I will only be using the assistance of encounter power sandwiches. So no extra help with the shiny odds, but making it a little bit easier to hone in on my search. Using an electric encounter sandwich, we will traverse the Alpharnauta Cavern, looking for the punk rock electric poison Pokemon. And as you can see, Toxtricity makes up a huge amount of the spawns here with this sandwich. What doesn't help is that Toxtricity comes in two forms, amped up and low key. So when you get used to seeing one of them and then you see the other, it almost forces you to do a double take or perceive a shiny when nothing was there. But the shiny is actually really noticeable in comparison, as evident here. With Drifblim being a Gen 4 Pokemon, you'd think I'd just radar hunt this in Platinum or something. Sadly, Drifblim can't be found in the wild in those games, so it isn't radar huntable. And Drifloom only appears once a week on Fridays outside of the Valley Windworks. So yeah, also not radarable. But both can be easily found at night within Legends Arceus. The methodology is the same as the previous Legends Arceus hunts. We'll fly along a path where a bunch of Drifblim spawn and keep an eye on mass outbreaks. Eventually, we got the first mass outbreak to appear, but the shiny did not. Then outbreaks 2 and 3 from the same massive mass outbreak, and one of them had a little something extra. But alas, no shiny. A fourth mass outbreak showed up, and while it should be super cool that the second wave consisted of Alpha Drifblim, it actually wasn't super cool because none of them were shiny. Back to patrol. Yes! Yes! Sick. Floatzel, another Gen 4 Pokemon, will also not be hunted in the Gen 4 games. Floatzel has the unfortunate honor of being one of the 20 non-legendary Pokemon you can find in the Ultra Wormholes, which means I need to subject myself to that torment again. Although to be fair, the first 2 wormhole hunts like this were on complete opposite sides of the spectrum. Medicham took 20-some phases, but Heliolisk only took 2. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Wait a minute. Do you hear that? Oh no. It's foreshadowing music. No! I hate this. I hate this a lot. It's happening again. So stupid! That's so stupid! Oh. Yes! Oh man! Alex, I'm telling you right now, take wormholes off of your eligible shiny hunts. Don't do this again. Don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to him. With enough distance between me and the whole Salazzle debacle, I felt it was time to return to the SOS hunts. And this time we were in the lush jungle looking for Comfey. But there wasn't too much drama with this one, thankfully. No mishaps where I forgot to set up the Harvest Lepaberry swap, no accidentally attacking the SOS Pokemon and breaking the chain. Just a nice, simple, smooth run that I am now actually realizing is rapidly approaching going over odds. Oh no, here comes the anxiety. Oh! 219. Didn't hit the button. Let's go. Eevee is up next, so let's go Eevee. Hello there. You've just been subject to another very terrible joke, and for that, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my client. It was out of line, and he will not do it again. Thank you. I almost immediately regretted trying to hunt Eevee in Let's Go because, well, I mean, just look at it. It is so incredibly tiny and it's a special spawn. So not only is it hard to see, it is hard to even get it to appear. And in true Alex fashion, as soon as I get an 11 chain, I break it, but I guess it didn't really matter.
Yeah, this took absolutely no I don't even have a catch combo of 11. This took no time at all.
For Cramorant, we're going to post up in the northern region of Kitakami and Scarlet and enjoy a nice water encounter sandwich. We'll just fly around here in circles, hoping for an orange bird to appear amongst the many, many spawns that we can now see on the Switch 2. There is also a special Growlithe outbreak over here, but I'm sure that's not going to be a problem for us. I mean, we all saw that coming, right? Carrying on, we reach the end of our sandwich and have to start up a new one. And it didn't take long for another shiny to show up. Saw that. I mean, eventually the bird has to turn orange, doesn't it? It's so easy to differentiate from the others that there's no way I... Oh. Well, all right then. You may have noticed that we pulled a lot of Sword and Shield Pokemon this go around. Thankfully, a good chunk of Gen 8 Pokemon are also available in Gen 9, but not all of them. Among those confined to the dregs of shiny hunting and Sword and Shield are Wooloo and Dubwool, and one more Pokemon we'll get to a little bit later. Dubwool can actually be found in Dynamax Adventures, but I tried like 3 or 4 DAs to see if I could get one to appear, and no such luck. And seeing as I only had like 5 knockouts of Wooloo in either Sword or Shield, I reluctantly began a Masuda hunt for the Black Sheep. Oh wait, that's actually kind of fitting, because a Black Sheep is, you know, someone that gets ostracized, and I love to ostracize the Masuda hunting. The first batch consisted of 210 eggs, and wouldn't you know it, no shiny. The second batch consisted of about 170 eggs. Things were looking pretty bleak as we approached 300 eggs hatched, but finally saw the coin flip my way for once. Oh. Black Sheep. Was that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? Like Cheese? That was his name? Black Sheep. That was super cringe. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, please. I'm so sorry. I finished the rest of this batch, but no second shiny, unfortunately. I couldn't get too lucky, you know. But with the third batch, things started to get a little bit crazy. This is the first egg out of 150. I have to hatch the other 149. That's gonna take like an hour and a half, and I don't have to do it. Oh man, whatever. So yeah, I got both of these shiny sheep, not only under odds, but within about 100 eggs of each other. Safe to say, I used up all of my Masuda luck on these two. Regardless, we head out to level up one of the Wooloo to evolve into Dubwool. Alcremie is another Sword and Shield Pokemon, but this one has the good fortune of being found within Scarlet and Violet. Well, technically not. You can't find a wild Alcremie in these games, but you can find wild Milcery. And that's good enough for me. We're going to head to this area of the polar biome in the terrarium and pop off a fairy encounter sandwich. And as you can see, Milcery is just about the only thing here. Let's get cracking. All right. Oh,
Hello.
Colors. If you didn't know, Alcremie has 63 different forms, and the form depends on the suite that you have it hold, the time of day you evolve it, and when you go to spin your character to evolve Milcery, the direction and duration of your spin. I picked the ribbon suite because I think purple looks the best for the shiny, and the particular form I wanted is called the Rainbow Swirl, and this one requires you to precisely evolve your Milcery at dusk by rotating your character counterclockwise for at least 10 seconds. 2, 3. It doesn't look any different. Did I do something wrong? Do all the shinies just look like this? I've since learned that all shiny Alcremie look the same, with like the sweets part differs, but yeah, no, I was going for the Rainbow Swirl, and it's just gonna look like every other shiny Alcremie with the ribbon suite, so wasted half an hour waiting for dusk for nothing. Kids, let this be a lesson. Don't trust everything you see on the internet. Except me. You can trust me. Both methods of finding a Pansear in Pokemon X and Y have a very high likelihood of driving me insane. However, there has been a discovery about X and Y radar hunting since I last attempted it. A few months ago, Sir Toasty Toes posted a video about game code related to radar that famous data miner Anubis discovered nearly 12 years after X and Y released. Essentially, what Anubis discovered is that on your birthday, the fast music has a 4% chance of occurring after a successful chain catch, up from the base chance of 2%. For reference, this is normal radar music, and this is the fast radar music. During the fast music, every patch has a 1 in 100 or 1% chance of being shiny. Even at a chain of 40, your odds max out at 1 in 200 or 0.5%. You can either change your birthday to the current day or change the date to your birthday. Either should work, and you'll know it works if you head into a Pokemon Center and this happens. We'll find Pansear in the Santaloon Forest, and I found this patch of grass to be the easiest to reset in. And it actually didn't take that long for the birthday trick to kick in. Yeah, that's pretty much how these go. Once the fast music starts, every time you reset the radar, you only have a 50% chance of continuing the fast music with the radar reset. Better luck next time, I suppose. I need to stop talking sometimes. I really need to stop talking. I would like to point out that this is still my first chain. I have never gone on a run like this in these games. And then the nightmare scenario happens. Yeah, that patch was not on screen for the last radar reset, so I didn't see it. So I couldn't tell if it was the right patch of grass or if it was far enough away. Oh, this might be really bad. Oh, this might be really bad. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Never punished. Never punished. I don't know what he's talking about. I am always punished. But we did avoid catastrophe and made it to 40 on the first try.
Many resets later.
Ooh. Orange-ish. It's pretty orange. That took, so long. It was like half an hour. These balls suck. Dhelmise is our next SOS hunt, and there are some complicating factors with it. The first is that it can only be found by fishing, specifically off of this house in Seafolk Village. It has a meager 5% encounter rate with regular fishing, but that goes up to 35% with the special bubble spots. So that helps, I guess. But the worst thing is that it has an SOS call rate of 3. With call rate being the likelihood of the Pokemon 1 doing an SOS call, and 2, that SOS call succeeding. And a call rate of 3 is the lowest it could possibly be, but still have the SOS call succeed. So this will take a while. That is, if I can actually find it. For a 35% encounter rate, it seems like an incredibly rare 35%. I mean, I even fished up a big pearl before I found an actual Dhelmise. Eventually, Dhelmise did show up though. There's no way! Yeah, this was full odds. You know what? No. After Salazzle, I 100% deserve this. Unreal. And I fished up maybe 20 Pokemon before this one. Cacnea is up next, and we will be attempting a Pokeradar hunt in Shining Pearl. I chose the remake over the original for one reason that eventually evolved into two. My original reason is that on Route 228 where you do this hunt, there's always a sandstorm, which means visibility is not great. So the fact that the radar patches are always visible in the remakes pushed me to the remakes. What eventually became my second reason is that Cacnea is only a 5% encounter here, and I couldn't find it to save my life. But why would that push me to Shining Pearl? Well, beginning in Gen 8, the Harvest ability gained an out-of-battle effect similar to Magnet Pull. It would now make you far more likely to encounter Grass-type Pokemon. So when I inevitably fail the chain, it doesn't take 10 minutes to start a new one. I hopped onto Scarlet, got an Executor, gave it the Harvest ability, and sent it back to Shining Pearl. Let's get to it. The first chain starts off incredibly well, but as we all know, good things never last on this channel. The next few chains weren't any better. And then what happened with chains 4 through 8 is so inexplicable it actually blew my mind. These 4 chains in a row all failed after the first Cacnea catch. I decided to cut my losses and head to Pokemon Platinum. You understand, right? You understand why I had to do this. But this wasn't any better. None of the chains in this game couldn't make it past 20. So I got fed up with Platinum and went back to Shining Pearl. And then I got fed up with Shining Pearl and went back to Platinum again. Are you sensing a pattern here? And got fed up with Platinum and went back to Shining Pearl. This time though, I'm taking a different approach. I have gotten a chain of 20. The odds are like 1 in 1800 or so. So not super great, but not too terrible. What I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna reset, because I have spent all of my Saturday trying to get this stupid Cacnea, and I want to put a stop to it. But I will put in a little caveat. Every 100, I will get one more encounter. So when I hit 100, I will go for 21, and we'll repeat that until the chain breaks, or I get the shiny. I got a little greedy and went to 30. New rule, we're going by 5s. My hubris! This sucks! I've spent 6 hours on this! Oh my god! I tried it again, and I was adamant about sticking to the chain of 17. No greed, no impatience, just reset at 17 until it appears, however long it took. Hello? Okay, it's working now. This stupid cactus. The octopus fighting type that is also somehow not a water type, known as Clobbopus, is up next.
Gen 8 alert.
Oh, you like that? That's my new Gen 8 alarm. That lets us know when a Gen 8 Pokemon is on deck that I can only get in Sword and Shield. I wasn't in the mood for another Masuda hunt since I just beat the odds for Dubwool and Wooloo, so we're going to do a Brilliant hunt. The only problem is that I have no knockouts on Clobbopus, so we got to work on that. Yeah, that's another full odd shiny.
Yep. Trying to get to 500 KOs, and I think this is my 11th one. Just random. That's pretty cool.
Spinarak is up next, and it is a nighttime only spawn on Route 1 in Ultra Sun and Moon. So we have to wait for the sun to set and then go bug catching. Much like Comfey, this one didn't have any drama. I set up everything right and paid close attention to it. Crazy how that goes a long way. Cotton candy. That's 210 is... That's like a reasonable length for a shiny hunt. This took like, I don't know, collectively like an hour and a half. Like that's reasonable. I'm still upset about Salazzle, if you can't tell. Given the amount of easy hunts I'm doing in Scarlet and Violet, I opted to get our Greninja by means of the Friend Safari and Frogadier. It couldn't be as bad as Duosion, right? I regretted saying that almost immediately. Oh, man. Dude, this is stupid. Why does this always happen? Why does it always happen? Solosis Part 2. What? Huh? Oh, he found it? Yeah, I fell asleep waiting for it. 2,538 encounters? That sucks for him. Pincurchin can be found on basically any beach in Paldea, so we'll load up on an electric encounter sandwich and get going. But I immediately notice a problem. It is literally all Wattrel. So with the electric encounter sandwich still in play, I decided to reset the outbreaks until a Pincurchin outbreak appeared, which ended up taking way longer than I thought. Finally. Couldn't agree more, Alex. After riding around, I found the best way to reset the spawns would be to drive all the way up here, head back towards this ridge, wait a couple seconds for all the spawns to show up, and then jump down to shiny check. And I did this repeatedly for hours. And of course, no shiny Pincurchin. There were other shinies though. This was by far the worst time I've had shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet. I was at this for so much longer than any Gen 9 hunt has any right to be. I was beginning to think I might have to bend the rules a little bit and use a shiny sandwich at some point just to get this done. Oh, well, okay. Jeez. Took so long. Blipbug.
Gen 8 alert. Gen 8 alert.
I knew it was coming eventually. Unfortunately, this one has to be a Masuda hunt too, because Blipbug does not spawn in the overworld in Sword and Shield. You can only find it as one of those exclamation mark grass encounters, which would take so much longer than if it was just an overworld spawn. So I must hatch eggs. Are you kidding me? It's like egg 17, less than 20. I can tell you it's less than 20. And I have 180. Oh, rats. Okay. Wait a minute. Do I like the Masuda method now? And in case you were wondering, no, none of the remaining 152 eggs were shiny. Minccino is up next, and we'll be heading to Omega Ruby for a bit of dex nav. Now, Minccino is a bit peculiar because it only spawns in what's called the Mirage spots. These were a fun mechanic added to the Gen 3 remakes, so that when you're flying around on Latios or Latias, a random Mirage spot will appear every day, and at each one will be some special Pokemon, many of which can only be found in the Mirage spots. And Minccino is exclusive to the Mirage Forest east of Moss Deep City, so I just checked every day until it appeared. Didn't take too long, only 22 days. I mean, who's counting? Not me, I don't care at all. So we get started and I immediately break the chain right out of the gate. Chain number 2 did not go much further, but chain 3, I was able to stabilize myself and stop tripping over my own feet. Now, the last dex nav I did, I got 2 shiny Pidove in under 100 encounters. So naturally, I of course would be on pace to not get a single one before double that chain length. Oh, there it is. Not a multiple 5. I have no balls. I was originally going to get Yanma through horde encounters in X and Y, but after my first 5 hordes were all Nosepass, and the fact it started raining on this route, which prevents Sweet Scent from working, I made the executive decision to boot up Legends Arceus. You can find Yanma pretty consistently in both the Crimson Mirelands and the Coronet Highlands, but there are far more of them in the Crimson Mirelands. Like 22 to be exact, versus like the 6 in the Highlands. I flew this path more times than I can count. If you have the Shiny Charm and a perfect Dex entry, standard spawns in Legends Arceus have a 1 in 585 chance of being shiny. That would take about 27 of these flyovers to hit odds. And I'm pretty sure I did more than 27. Well, what about the outbreaks? No luck there either. I had a total of 12 massive mass outbreaks appear for Yanma during this process, and no shiny. You average about 8 Pokemon per massive mass outbreak, where the shiny odds are at 1 in 206 with Charm and Perfect Dex entry. So I probably saw about 96 Yanma with the outbreaks and was under odds. But I mean, 12 outbreaks and no shiny is kind of crazy for this game. Oh, I see Yanma, who is normally red and blue, and it's really good. And then there's just Sizzler, my favorite Pokemon. Goes from red to that dumb puke yellow, and it makes me mad. We have one last SOS hunt on our list, and it's for Crabrawler. Crabrawler, though, is a very interesting case, as it can only be encountered by interacting with berry piles throughout the Alola region. So I started on Melee Island, going around to every berry pile. No luck at the berry fields, ironically. But the very next berry pile I checked had a Crabrawler lurking within. Just need to get the Leopard Berry over, and skill swap with Harvest, and then get the chain to 31 before we can... What? I didn't even get to 31! Excuse me? We are back in the terrarium looking for a shiny Sobble in the Savannah biome. We will employ the use of a water encounter sandwich and get going. Not much to talk about here, other than this shiny Doduo that randomly appeared. But it was kind of just like this for a while. Just riding around, looking at the little lizard spawns, hoping a pink fin would appear. Eventually, that pink fin was spotted in a crowd. Hello. Oh. Okay. So we're at the end of the video now, and you might be wondering, hey, wait a minute, what about Jirachi? Well, Jirachi is technically a shiny huntable mythical Pokemon. It has been in Pokemon Go before, but I never got the special masterwork research for it. And even if I did, that research can take literal months. There is also the special Wishmaker Jirachi you get from the Coliseum bonus disc. However, that requires me to have a GameCube, a Game Boy Advance, an English copy of Ruby or Sapphire, and a connecting cable. Seeing as I have none of those and did not want to pay nearly $500 for it, I will not be doing that hunt. And I will not be doing that hunt anyways because it takes upwards of 10 minutes per reset. No, I had something different in mind for shiny Jirachi. Okay, Jirachi time. What the? What are they doing out there? Are they summoning Jirachi? Obviously, me just stumbling upon shiny Jirachi in my backyard is not what happened. Jirachi only appears once every 1,000 years, and no way would I be lucky enough to encounter it. However, this shiny Jirachi I have here in Pokemon Violet is legitimately huntable. But covering exactly how I got this one would take far too long for just this one video. So I am currently in the process of making it its own video, and you can expect to see that relatively soon. It is a very complex process, but I think the video is going to be really special, mostly because there's basically no guidance how to get this particular shiny Jirachi. But you will just have to wait as I assemble that special video. And I promise it won't take the normal month and a half plus it does to make these TCG videos. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.